Hey there, you guys. This is Jaden here. And okay, so do you guys remember that list I made like a month or two ago that talks about what I believe are three overplayed episodes of King of the Hill? Well, for this video, I've decided to go the opposite direction and do a list that's about what I believe are three underplayed episodes of King of the Hill. These are all episodes of the series that I really like, but like I don't see them air enough on the TV, despite the fact that King of the Hill is on all the time, both on Adult Swim and FXX. These are all episodes that I feel don't air enough, especially not on Adult Swim. So, with all that being said, here's a list of three underplayed King of the Hill episodes that I really like. Spoiler alert, you have been warned. With that out of the way, let's get started with the list. The first episode that's on this list is The Son That Got Away. Yep, that classic season 2 episode that's about Bobby, Joseph, and Connie going into the caves while Bobby and Connie are punished, and later their parents are looking for them and all that. This is one of my favorite episodes of season 2. It might not make even a top 20 or maybe not even a top 30 favorite King of the Hill episodes list for me, but I'm sure it would be somewhere on the top 50 at least, probably. And yeah, this is a really good episode in my opinion. And it is also one of those episodes I remember seeing a lot more online than on live TV. Because yeah, I remember, like, not that I've never seen this episode air on TV. No, I do remember seeing this episode air a bit on Adult Swim when I was little. But like, I would, even back then when Adult Swim wouldn't consistently skip over the first two seasons like what they've been doing for almost the past 10 years now, like, I still wouldn't see this episode come on very much. I don't know if that's because my memory is being hazy or because I'm not paying enough attention to the TV schedules or something. But yeah, even back then, when Adult Swim would actually consistently air the first two seasons, they still wouldn't air that episode that much, at least from what I can remember. And that's a shame because this is a, like I said, this is a really good episode. I like the background music in it. I like the plot of it. It has good humor in it. And yeah, it definitely deserves to air more often, along with this next episode that's on the list. 3 days of the condo. Yep. That one episode about the hills and the Super Newsom phones going up to Mexico and Dale joining in on a trip later on, and Hank, Dale, and Con being by themselves for like most of the last third act of the episode. Yeah, I really love this episode. It's a really good episode in my opinion. I'm sure it would probably make somewhere on the top 20 for me. And yeah, like, again, like with the Caves one, even back then when Adult Swim wouldn't skip over the first two seasons. Like, by the way, why did they skip over the first two seasons? But why did they do that? I really don't know why they do that. I mean, they don't do that with like any other show they air on Adult Swim. Why did they do it with King of the Hill? Even if King of the Hill is longer than probably most of the other shows they air on Adult Swim. I remember I tried Googling it before, but I couldn't find an answer. But yeah, even when they would air the first two seasons, I still wouldn't see this episode come on very often. And again, that's a shame. I would see this episode come on even less than the Caves one, and that episode's on this list too. Yeah, and again, that's a shame because this is another one of my favorite con-centric episodes. That's why I put it on that list I did a bit ago. That's about three of my favorite con-centric episodes of the show. This episode's really good, has really good comedy in it, has a great plot in it, and it has a really good climax to it, really good character interactions. And I would say it's the best, like, out of all the episodes. It's probably the best out of all the episodes. That's about the characters going up to Mexico and stuff. It's a really good episode. It needs to air more often. Like, yeah, it really does need to air more often. Like, hey, you think maybe you could have replaced some of the airings of Old Glory with more airings of this classic episode? Or maybe the final episode that's on this list, which is... Okay, it might be obvious if you guys know my opinion on this episode really well. But I love this episode too much to not put it on the list, even though I've already had it at number 1 on my ranking of the Christmas episodes of King of the Hill, and I had it on number 2 on my top 10 favorite King of the Hill episodes video. I still can't not put this episode on the list because it bugs me a lot that this one doesn't come on very much since it's one of my favorite episodes. And the last episode that's on this list is, you should probably already know what it is. It's Living on Reds, Vitamin C, and Propane from Season 8, Episode 7. I've praised this episode before on the channel. I really love this episode. It really needs to air more often. Like, when I think of underplayed King of the Hill episodes, this is the episode that mainly comes to my mind, since it's my second favorite episode behind the firefighting one, like I've said before. And yet, the Adult Swim, like, never airs this one. Even last year for the Christmas season, they couldn't bother to give the Rig one freaking airing. Even though I saw on their schedule they were supposed to be giving the Rig one an airing on December 23rd last year, but no, instead they decided to skip over it, not air the Rig one. They had like 2 chances to air this episode for the Christmas season last year, but they couldn't air it. But why? I feel like it's mostly because like someone over at Adult Swim really just hates the rig one, and like usually when they have the chance to air that episode, that person over at Adult Swim is like, no, skip over this one, fuck the rig one, no, skip over that one, it's not your that piece of shit episode, fuck that one. Like I feel like that could be most likely be the reason as to why Adult Swim doesn't air the rig one that much, because someone over at Adult Swim, for whatever reason, really just hates this episode. I mean, you got FXX consistently airing it every once in a while, which is cool. And yeah, they bothered to air it for the Christmas season last year, which is also cool. But with Adult Swim, which is the channel I have now, not to mention on like FXX, they like never air it. And they won't be airing it this week, despite the fact that they should be airing it this week because they're getting to the 7th episode of season 8. But no, they're not going to air it since it's a Christmas episode and we're in March. Okay, yeah. I guess that would be fine if you didn't give an episode. Like, I don't know, let's say the 4th of July one, The Angel on Its Shoulder. Seriously, you let the 4th of July one air any time of the year, and that one's so much more focused on the 4th of July than this one is about Christmas. There's only like 2 reasons why the rig one's even a Christmas episode in the first place, and it's not even that Christmassy. But with the 4th of July one, on the other hand, oh, that one's so heavily focused on the fucking 4th of July. You guys air that one any time of the year. For fuck's sake. I've even seen you guys air it during October before. Like last year, I caught you guys airing it during October, early October. Who the fuck wants to watch a 4th of July episode on Halloween? Granted, I haven't seen them air it during Halloween Day, but still, they aired it during October. That's still during the Halloween season. I mean, for fuck's sake, you have people getting into the Halloween spirit like 3 weeks after the school year starts. Come on. That's a great time to be airing the 4th of July episode. I swear, if they air that episode during the Christmas season this year, I might explode. If that episode can air any time of the year, I bet the rig one could air any time of the year. And it definitely should. They really need to air this one more often. If the 4th of July one can air any time of the year, as well as the Cupid one, because if I remember correctly, that one often airs any time of the year too, even though I caught Adult Swim skipping it one time last year. But a lot of the time, they consistently air it any time of the year, like they do with the 4th of July episode. If those episodes can air any time of the year, I'm sure this episode, despite it being a Christmas episode, but it's not that Christmassy. For frick's sake, there's even a scene where they're singing like the national anthem on Christmas Day instead of a Christmas song. Granted, it's just in Hank's dream, but still, they could be singing a Christmas song like Jingle Bells or something, but instead they sing the national anthem on Christmas Day. Oh my god, this is such a great episode, man. Like, I'm happy it still airs on FXX, but with Adult Swim, them airing it, it's like a really rare instance. They couldn't even give it one fucking airing for the Christmas season last year, like I've said before. I was really looking forward to locking that episode on the DVR because it's like almost never on, but they didn't give it one airing. When the stupid Miss Wakefield won, it's like 2 or 3 airings for the season last year. The very definition of unfair. Especially since I had the Miss Wakefield episode on my 3 most overplayed King of the Hill episodes list. This is such a great episode. I mean, I'm happy I don't have to watch it off TV exactly. I could watch it online and on DVD and on Hulu. Same thing with the other 2 episodes that are on this list. But still, this one really needs to air more often on Adult Swim. Please, like seriously, Adult Swim. Please air this episode more often. You don't have to overkill us with it like you've had with other episodes, like the Flag episode or the Larson Pork Products episode. But please, can you not air it like once more often? Like, can you not just like air it once, like anytime today? Like, I don't care if you air it like 4 or 5 in the morning where I'll probably be asleep. I don't care. I could still lock it on the DVR and it could be there for me to watch off of Roku for the next time you skip over this episode. Please just air this one consistently more often. If you can air the 4th of July one anytime of the year, I'm sure this one would be no problem. Like, I'm sure airing the rig one anytime of the year, the episode that's like not really that focused on Christmas that much, despite it being a Christmas episode. Really, the episode's more about truckers than it is about Christmas. I'm sure you could air this episode anytime of the year. But whatever, guys. That's my list of 3 underplayed Key to the Hill episodes. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to one of these 2 types of lists, like for overplayed episodes and underplayed episodes. Maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, as of right now, these are episodes of King of the Hill, all episodes of King of the Hill that I really, really like, especially the last episode that's on this list. And yeah, they really need to air more often. I'm happy all of these like air at least every once in a while on FXX. That's great. But with Adult Swim, come on, air these episodes more often. You don't have to overkill us with them. But can you not consistently air them like every once in a while, even if it's really late at night, like at 4 or 5 in the morning where I'll probably be asleep? Can you not at least air those like at those times? Because that's the way I know that you're not pretending these episodes don't exist. But whatever, it's whatever. At least there's other ways for us to watch those King of the Hill episodes. Even though I still like watching King of the Hill off Adult Swim since I love King of the Hill and all that. But yeah, I'm dragging out with this video. That's all for this session, guys. Have a good day and thanks for watching.